it going, everyone? My name is AJ, and today I'm going to do a fitness demonstration. Having tight hip flexors is very common, especially if you're someone who spends the majority of their day sitting. But fortunately for you, there is a way that you can fix this. In this week's video, I'm going to teach you 3 simple and effective ways to not only release tight hip flexors, but keep them at optimal performance condition so that you can do really well with your big, heavy compound lifts from a scientific perspective. So without further delay, let's get started. Before performing any of these moves, make sure you spend at least a few minutes warming up on the bike or another piece of cardio equipment. This will lead to greater results from the stretches and reduce your risk of injury. Move 1 is the banded hip stretch. Find a resistance band and anchor it to a post. From there, position the band right underneath your glute and then make your way to a one knee position. This move is very similar to the traditional lunge stretch, but the band helps pull the head of your femur back into the hip socket. This permits much greater hip range of motion and will help you with squats, lunges, and other compound exercises. Make sure you keep your torso tall and squeeze the glute of the opposite side for an even deeper stretch. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds on each side. The next move is the squat stretch. Starting on the ground, bring one shin perpendicular to your torso and the other leg extended behind you. You often see people performing a variation of this move called the pigeon stretch, but with the pigeon pose, the torso is forward and the lower back is rounded. This may promote bad habits during bigger lifts like squats or deadlifts, which is why I prefer this modified version instead, where your lumbar spine is arched and your chest is upwards. If you're struggling to get into this position, feel free to modify by adding a bench or some height to this stretch. Hold for 1 minute on each side for optimal results. The last move is the weighted deep squat. Although this isn't a textbook hip flexor stretch, it is a major contributor to improving range of motion in the hip joint, and it does so by stretching out your hip adductor muscles, which play a major role in hip mobility in addition to the hip flexors. This move also engages your hip flexor muscles to an extent and prevents them from becoming overstretched and weak, which may lead to hip dysfunction down the road when performing certain heavy compound exercises. It is very important that you do not posteriorly pelvic tilt or butt wink during this move. Only go as deep as you can while maintaining natural lumbar curve in the spine. Aim to perform 5 to 8 10-second holds right before the start of your workout. Just how tight are your hip muscles? Feel free to let me know in the comments below or on Facebook or Instagram. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and stay strong.